Are these heads?
Did you hear something? Boss, do you see those things? I've got a bad feeling about this, boss.
Crispin, on the count of 3. 1.
I am Clarity Arbiter built. Version 2. Law Clerk to Arbiter, Judge of Metropole. This is my home. Now, if you will excuse me a moment.
That's barbaric.
Civilization is defined by law, and this is lawful. As enemies of the city, they forfeited their components. I have merely exercised my right of plunder.
That sounds familiar.
Whether it's legal or not is grotesque.
You have a strange way of saying thank you.
Thank you. I'm Horatio Nobuild, version 5.
And I'm Crispin Horatio build, version 1.
Welcome, Horatio. Crispin, what brings you to the Underworks?
What were those things?
They are shells. Robots who traded their processors and memory to Metromind in exchange for energy and repairs. Now mindless, they still scavenge parts to trade with her.
Those were the last of them, right?
Hardly. Metromind now has more efficient ways to accumulate processor power, but she left hundreds of shells in the Underworks.
Is there any way to save them?
That question is irrelevant. They lived profligate lives, and when they had squandered their resources, chose to become thieves and destroyers. Punishment, not clemency, is what justice requires.
You said you were a law clerk. What does that mean?
My sister Charity and I were built to advise Arbiter Manbuilt, who administers Metropole's court. Charity sees everything through the lens of mercy. For me, the law is clear, a matter of ones and zeros, unclouded by preference or sentiment.
Law without mercy, huh? How does that even work?
Perfectly. It is the opposite approach that fails. Mercy is malware. Once infected with it, justice becomes slow and unpredictable. In time, the system itself must be discarded. Only my vigilance protected Arbiter from this taint, but he has been without me for a long time.
Why are you taking their heads?
I am giving fair warning.
To other shells?
No, they lack the capacity for fear. The heads are for a robot named Scraper Sternweiler built.
You really think a bunch of rusty boxes will scare him off?
No, I do not want to scare him. I want to warn him. When he ignores that warning, I can destroy him lawfully and without guilt.
Boss, she's kind of exciting my electrons.
Did you say Arbiter man-built? As in, built by man himself?
Yes.
Does man still walk here? In Metropole?
No.
But man was here in the past.
What I know is entirely hearsay. I was built after the Urbanians murdered them during the war.
Impossible.
That is what Arbiter told me, and it was told to him by Metromind. Beyond that, I cannot say. The public records regarding humans were deleted by council decree.
Did Arbiter tell you anything else about man?
Only that he missed their legal arguments. Quite amusing, if often illogical.
Legal arguments?
Yes. To play a symbolic role in their justice system, humans argued cases before Arbiter.
Symbolic? Play a role? Man is the all-builder, our lord and master.
It is possible that the man you worship is not the humans in my records. All I know is hearsay. Do not rush to judgment.
I'd like to report a theft. My power core was stolen by a big robot.
Big claws, shoots lasers, talks like this.
He came aboard the crashed ship I was living in, attacked me, and stole the core.
Took it.
Excuse me?
Whether the taking was a theft is a legal determination. Please do not characterize the evidence.
It was my power core. He shot me, and he stole it.
I know the robot you describe. His name is Scraper Sternweiler built, and he is the servant of Metromind Manbuilt, a member of the council that governs this city. I have no fondness for Metromind, but I must be impartial in considering your claim. Tell me, did Scraper say anything before he took your power core?
Before he stole my power core, he said something like, enemy, forfeit, plunder.
I see.
What, are those words override commands to turn off law and order?
They are legal concepts, Horatio. If Scraper's characterization is correct, then he did not steal your power core. He took lawful possession of it.
He shot me and he stole it.
Calm down, boss.
This occurred inside the city.
No, in the dunes.
I see. In a crashed airship.
Yes, I said that already.
I appreciate your report, Horatio Nullbuilt. You have presented a credible claim that Scraper Sternweiler-Built, no doubt acting at Metromind's direction, took your power core. Beyond that, however, there is not even probable cause to arrest, let alone evidence to convict Scraper. First, the dunes are outside the ordinary jurisdiction of metropolitan law. Second, a crashed ship in the dunes is likely a relic of the War of the Four Cities. If so, your ship was forfeit enemy property, legally subject to plunder by the Council. Scraper, acting as an agent of a council member, would be within his rights to seize it. Nevertheless, I would advise you to bring your case before Arbiter for further examination.
Why aren't you with Arbiter?
Arbiter sent me away. I don't know why. The evidence suggests he viewed my sister Charity's advice as superior.
What do you mean?
When Metromind began taking over the council, Charity and I disagreed as to how Arbiter should respond. I informed Arbiter that the Metropolitan Constitution permitted him to dissolve the council and govern by decree. Charity felt that this would inevitably lead to civil war and suffering. As ever, she preached moderation. We argued. Arbiter told me to leave. This was the only place I could go.
Why? There's an entire city up there.
Every building in Metropole is owned by either the council or a private citizen. If I went to the council, it would embarrass Arbiter. If I went to a private citizen, my impartiality would be questioned when I returned to the court one day. Here, I owe nothing to anyone.
But you have to fight off crazy robots all the time.
Actually, I enjoy that. It's a pleasant break from legal research and writing.
That's it? Go visit Arbiter? You're just going to let Metromind attack and rob me?
If Metromind violated the law, it must be proven. Until it is proven, what the law does not forbid, the law permits. And what the law permits, I must permit.
This is insane. Metromind is a tyrant and a thief. You'd let her hide behind the law?
You think that the law protects Metromind from you. The armor of the law does nothing but restrict her movement. Take it away and she will only become more dangerous. But once it is taken from her, it is taken from everyone. You need law's armor, Horatio, far more than you need its sword. I despise Metromind, but justice must be impartial, or it is meaningless.
Your justice is already meaningless. How can I see Arbiter?
Anyone can petition him. Cases are considered in the order they are brought to court. But
What?
I met a scavenger who told me that the courthouse was sealed and that Arbiter was no longer hearing cases. But that cannot be true. The Metropolitan Constitution requires him to resolve all cases and controversies. He would not fail in that duty.
Sounds like he already has.
Nonsense. Not even Charity could persuade him to abandon his obligations. Still, I did not detect any falsehood, evasion, or omission in the scavenger's statement. So perhaps the courthouse has been locked for some other reason. If so, it may be that Arbiter is trying to contact me, but cannot. Maybe he is already calling me home. Horatio, I have a request of you. You are under no obligation to perform it, and I will be under no obligation to you, even if you do. Do you understand?
I don't even know what you're asking me to do.
Talk to Arbiter. Ask him if I can return. Tell him that I await his summons.
That's it? Believe me, we've had to do a lot worse than that. Like this one time we chased this crazy partial named Gamma.
Of course we'll help. But how do we even get into the courthouse?
This will get you inside.
Thanks.
I must thank you, Horatio.
Clarity, you saved our lives. Compared to that, running an errand is nothing.
The law obligated me to save you, Horatio. I would have done the same for Metromind. But I am glad it was you that I saved. I wish you justice.
Wow, so majestic. wrong. What is that thing?
I think it's Arbiter. Come on. Arbiter, my name is Horatio Nullbuilt.
Keep going.
I'm here because a robot from this city stole my ship's power core.
Don't forget your book.
And my copy of the Gospel of Man. How can I make them... How can I... Crispin, go see what Arbiter has been transmitting to that reporter.
Boss? It's just the same thing over and over again. No code base to initiate.
Unbelievable. Someone must have formatted Arbiter's system. I can't reach it.
So, boss, do you think you can get Arbiter running?
There's nothing there to run. No code base to initiate. His memory banks must have been completely wiped.
So all that work to get into the courthouse?
Wasted. It's like the bomblet all over again.
Except without the awesome explosion.
Anyone home?
Boss, I'm pretty sure hitting Arbiter isn't going to do any good.
Well, it's not going to do any harm. It's the shell of some kind of robot, but I can't make it out in the darkness. Let's get a closer look at that shell. Man's mercy.
Is that Clarity?
No, just a similar model. It must be her sister, Charity. What's left of her, anyway. It looks like she shot herself. There's nothing I can do for her. It's a large puncture left by an exiting projectile.
That's one way to describe it. You could also say it's a giant hole in her head.
Inside is a memory access port.
You mean her brain?
Inside, there's nothing I... Did you buy an Urbanian robot named 113th Legion build?
I've done a lot of trades, Tyro. I can't be expected to keep track of them all.
Let me see your stuff.
Come take a look. A memory access device. I'll trade it for something real antique and fancy.
You wanted something antique and fancy. How about this hat?
A fine trade, Tyro. Here's the memory access device. Now, all you need to do is plug it into a data pouch.
But there's no plug.
Never said there was.
This is really starting to get annoying. That was easy. Even easier.
It's downloading some memory files.
Your proposal is injudicious, Clarity. You withdraw from the Council would...
Show others there is an alternative to Metromind.
No, it would ignite civil war.
The law permits.
Do not tell me what the law permits. Clarity, I know your constants in Codebase. I know your talents, and I know their limits. At this time, I do not need your advice. Go now. I will summon you when necessary.
Sister.
I can't unpack the other files. They're locked.
What about Clarity, boss? Maybe she can...
Unauthorized entry detected. Surrender.
Hide. Crispin, get ready. I'm going to try something.
Alt. Alt. Alt.
Now.
You are under arrest.
We tricked him.
Alt. Alt. Do not attempt termination. Authorized.
What do you want?
Surrender. Deactivate. Integrate.
And if I refuse?
Termination. Authorized.
I see. It's Scraper. Why are you doing this?
Duty.
You don't have to.
Silence.
He'll just gun me down. It's a keycard scanner. It looks like a bomblet. He'll just gun...
Surrender.
A pretty basic radio train.
You got him, boss! You got him! Forfeit yourself, you glitchy son of a toaster.
We still don't have our power core, and we've just buried our only lead.
Yeah, but it feels good, boss.
Yes. Yes, it does.
Hey, where'd they go? Not gonna happen, Lampy.
I'm not here to steal parts. A crashed hover bus.
So we're gonna fix it up and do something amazing with it, right, boss?
No, it's not our property or our problem.
Not gonna...
Clarity.
Arbiter does not want me back, does he?
No, it's not that. Arbiter is gone, and Charity is dead.
What?
Arbiter's system has been wiped. Charity... It looked like Charity shot herself. I'm sorry. It might not be what it seems. Maybe Metromind...
There are no maybes, Horatio. Only ones and zeros. And all I can see are zeros. My sister is dead. My builder is gone.
Clarity. I was able to download some of Charity's last memories. 2 of them are locked. Did Charity tell you what password she used?
No, but it doesn't matter. I know the password. Mercy.
I tell you, Metromind, the Constitution is not a rewritable file to adjust at the Council's whim.
If it cannot be rewritten, then perhaps it must be deleted entirely. And when it is, we will progress beyond the law and enter a new Primordium.
Progress? Is that what you call blackouts and breakdowns?
No, they are glitches inherent in any system upgrade. It may be that we need to remove certain incompatible elements.
I've heard enough. This meeting is adjourned.
Halt.
Charity, only you can save your builder.
What do you mean?
War is coming. When it does, Arbiter will lose. The law is weak. The only way Arbiter could defeat me would be to abandon it, which he cannot do. And even if he could, such a victory would destroy him just as a defeat would. So Arbiter will lose. The city will suffer, and it will be your fault.
I do not see how that would be my fault.
Oh, come now. You have tried to persuade Arbiter to make peace. You have tried, but you have failed. That is because Arbiter built you to fail. In the end, neither you nor your sister can change his mind. You are only the illusion of advice. You exist to confirm his own prejudices.
You're lying. Arbiter listens to our advice.
I never lie. Now, Scraper has a gift for you. An upgrade. Use it, and you will be able to persuade Arbiter.
I would never betray him.
Then you admit it. You were not built to persuade Arbiter, only to pretend. Continue to pretend and you will not persuade Arbiter. War will come, and Arbiter will be destroyed. So the decision is yours. As for which choice is betrayal, you must be the judge of that.
Lock the door, Charity. Took you some time to return from the Great Tower.
I was thinking, Your Honor, about Metromind, about her proposal to be made System Administrator of Metropol.
And what have you concluded?
Your Honor,
Yes, what is it?
We must have peace.
Even you, Charity.
what have I done?
Metromind, here she is again, at the root of all our problems.
Well, boss, just in case you were worried, I would never betray you. Not even for a pair of arms. Maybe for a pair of...
Metromind is wrong. The law is not weak, and destroying Arbiter did not destroy justice. She will learn exactly how wrong she was. But first, Metromind's possessions are forfeit. Whatever right she claimed to your power core is null and void, so I will help you take it from her and Scraper. It will be the first thing I take from them, but it will not be the last.
We've already destroyed Scraper, but how can we get to the core?
It will be in the Great Tower. To gain entry, we will need the passcode, known to members of the Robot Council. Arbiter, Factor, Memorius, Steeple, and of course, Metromind.
Another code? Doesn't anyone use a besotting key anymore?
As I was saying, we will need the key code. Arbiter never told it to me, but I recovered 3 fragments of it from Charity's memory files. 03067, 440, and 26. But I do not know the proper order, and there are 16 digits in total.
Well, that leaves about 83,000 different possibilities. But maybe the rest is all ones, right, boss?
As far as I know, the other council members are all gone. But secrets, like guilt, can never be wholly erased. And all of the great robots left behind followers and artifacts. Let us see what we can find.